Good morning. This is James Ernest of the Gruel and Truth Radio Network here with Trent Henkaline of the American Cornhole Association. Thank you, Trent, for joining us today.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. So what's your history with sports?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Your history with sports. What did you play? What's your sport of choice?
I played football in high school. I like watching football. That would be my sport of choice to watch.
Excellent. So who's your favorite team?
I like the Buckeyes and the Cleveland Browns.
And the nice thing, of course, with your cornhole accessories, you're able to get both those teams, I would assume.
Yes, there's a lot of people obviously like to have equipment for tailgating and just on game days and stuff like that.
Excellent. So where's the headquarters located?
It's in Coldwater, Ohio.
Excellent. And so who are the current champions?
Oh, the current champion of cornhole?
Yeah, the current American Cornhole Association champions.
Well, we have not run a tournament yet. I bought the association 2 years ago, and we're looking to do that in this upcoming season, potentially having a tournament for ourselves. And we're coming out with software in order to facilitate that for happening, and applicate an app for people to download and to help with tournament running of events.
Excellent. So, where did who owned the organization, the association, prior to your purchase?
It was a father and son out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and since then the father, and I believe the son as well, had moved to California a while ago, and they were looking to have somebody take over that would help grow it and continue to advance the sport of cornhole.
That is awesome. Yeah, I was going to say the nice thing is a lot of our listeners are in Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio. We have a lot of listeners in Kentucky as well. So it sounds like perfect sport for our fans.
Yes, yeah. No one knows for sure, but the stories are that the sport of cornhole was founded in the Cincinnati, northern Kentucky area. And I know that its roots are very deep for the sport of cornhole. I would say probably more so in that area than anywhere in the country.
Excellent. So when playing the game of cornhole, what do you feel are some of the most important rules to the game?
I think that for the most part, it's just getting the distance right, 27 feet from front end to front end. And then after that, the cancellation scoring, some people find that a bit tricky. So what that means is however many points your team scores, whoever scores the most points on that particular throw cancels the score from the other team before adding those points to their final score.
Okay.
And then another thing where a lot of people play where you have to land on the exact number of 21 as opposed to being able to go over. In our rules, in most competitive play that I've ever seen, is you're able to go over 21 points. You do not have to land exactly on 21.
Well, that is good to know. Yeah, I was going to say, that's how my brother-in-law would always end up getting me, kind of like the game of 21 in basketball. If you went over, He'd always make me start back at 11, and that's when he would turn it on and win the game.
But, yeah. But, of course, everyone, like anything, a lot of games, people have house rules and stuff like that. So we appreciate the fact that people want to play it in a different manner.
No, I like your ideal better, where I can actually go over and I don't have to worry about, so if I end up having 22 or 23 on a throw, then I win, not I have to do it again. Yeah. So I appreciate that. And then, of course, like you said, the distance is huge. Is there different distances based on age, or is it a standard 27?
Well, we do have different lines for younger people. I think that it's 15 feet for junior, and I can't remember the exact age off the top of my head that is for that.
Oh, definitely. No worries. I was going to say it ain't like we're going to hold your feet to the fire on that one. Just wanted to get an ideal that there are differences, or I'm sure if there were senior players, they would have the opportunity to maybe do 15 or 20 foot as well if they had difficulties at, in an older age.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, from our standpoint, the number one thing that we try to facilitate is fun for family and friends. So we would always suggest that, while the rules are this for competitive, if you're playing in the backyard, we would always recommend that they err on the side of more inclusion and also just fun for their event or family in the backyard.
Excellent. On the website, it showed there were a couple tournaments that were already starting to set up. Are you able to talk about those ones, or was that a previous year?
That was just a preview, so I'm not going to be able to talk about that currently.
Okay, no worries. And then, of course, the app. Can you talk about the app?
Yes. So the app that we're looking to come out with, what it is, it's a tournament app that will help either bars, charities, or even individuals in their backyard to facilitate a tournament. So the way that it'll work is, once you download the app, you will have to have QR codes that come from our company that are supplied with the app. And the way it works is you put those on your board, and then people would just scan those QR codes to enter the tournament at your house or at a bar or a charity event. And then as people enter the tournament, you have a start time. And let's say, for example, the tournament starts at 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening. Once 8 o'clock hits, our software will seed and bracket everybody. Oh, wow. So you can choose whether you want it to be a single elimination or a double elimination tournament. You can also choose if you want it to be a blind draw, or you can put, the people can join their teams. And then we would seed everyone. And then after that, it would send push notifications to people's phones to let them know that it's their turn to play. Oh, nice. So once the tournament starts at 8 o'clock, it would send a push notification with, for example, Trent and Tom, you're on table 1. You need to scan that within 5 minutes or it's an automatic forfeit. So it keeps the tournament moving without bars, charities, or at your house having to have somebody constantly monitor and find people who are up next and everything else.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was going to say that's got to help immensely with organizing something as immense as a tournament. Wow. And then, of course, you can the places can create their own tournaments?
Yes. And then also within the app, it'll have, for anyone who downloads it for bars and charity events, it allows them to basically advertise within our app for people to find their events. So they can list their app, they can list what it is that they charge to be in it, how much they're giving away. All of that information will be contained within the app. And then it'll also show who's playing. Players can share that information with other people and all of those things. Now, obviously, we're looking to advance that more as time goes on. Oh, but for the first iteration, that would be the functionality of it.
Oh, nice. And now, where do you get the QR codes for the boards?
We will have them available on the website in spring.
In spring, excellent. And then, of course, you have the traditional full-size cornhole game. That's what 2x4?
Yes, 4 foot by 2 foot.
Okay, yeah, I said it back. 4 foot by 2 foot, and then you have, of course, the tailgate size, which is 3x2, and then
yes.
The junior size?
Yes, we also have a 2 foot by 1 foot. That's more for for people who want to play it indoor. It doesn't take up near as much space, or even to play it outdoor. It's a lot easier to load in your car if you're going tailgating or to a picnic or whatever. And then it actually takes a little bit more skill because the bags are smaller and the target's smaller. So it's actually a little bit harder to play than the full-size boards.
Oh, wow. So there's different challenge levels, and it sounds like there's different ways for people to play, like you said. In the tournament, obviously, there's solid and consistent rules. But when it comes to having fun, which is all what the game and the sport's all about, they're very flexible in playing, say, at your home or your own backyard.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Excellent. Now, of course, the thing I'm really excited about is the double chuck.
Yes, we're really all excited about this. It's brand new, and it's a tabletop version of cornhole, and it uses a lever like a catapult to flip a little 1-inch square bag at the other target, and the other target can sit between 18 and 24 inches away, and each board has their own launcher. So a competitor would play and just flip all 4 bags, and then the other person flips all 4. And the only difference between this game and regular cornhole is it's not cancellation scoring. So you just add your score, and it's the first person to get over 21.
Oh, neat. Yeah, because you're both shooting opposite of each other. You're not shooting on the same board, I would assume.
Yes, that's correct.
Excellent. And then, of course...
Yep, and we just had that at the New York Toy Show, and we had really good reviews, and the people there really liked it.
Oh, that is amazing. And then probably been showing that all kinds of great places, getting good feedback, like you said. People are talking very highly of it. That's phenomenal.
Yes, yeah, we're really excited. We're also working with some Ohio craft beer companies and larger companies. I actually, for some stuff that we're coming out with, I know that I'm working with Christian Moerlein in Cincinnati. They had a tournament last year that we helped them facilitate. So I know that we are in communication with them, and hopefully we can have something in the Cincinnati area again.
Oh, nice. Oh, definitely. Actually, our sponsor, Appliance Factory and Mattress Kingdom, I'm in talks with them trying to get an event together / car show / cornhole tournament, and we'll definitely have to partner up with you all. That could be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, we'd be more than happy.
Excellent. And then, of course, the best part about your product, made in America.
Yes, all of the 4-foot by 2-foot boards are made in the United States. They're made, right now we're looking to move some of it to Coldwater, Ohio, and then we have some facilities just outside of Chicago that help with that making of those boards as well.
Excellent. And then, of course, I mean, you got many styles to choose from. You got the patriotic, the solid wood, but my favorite, of course, is the custom. So, like, for example, if you are doing an event, they can, buy some custom boards that are going to advertise their organization on them, I would think.
Yes, and that's something that we've really put a lot of time and effort into. We really like the idea of not only from a standpoint of businesses and other people to be able to use custom, but also for people with their families. There's a lot of people who own, lake houses, cottage, just when they get married, like all kinds of different events in their life. They have the opportunity to create a board that's much more personal to them.
Exactly. That long-lasting memory, that experience that brings everyone together around the cornhole board.
Exactly right. That's the biggest thing that we want people to always remember is that the number one goal is to use the sport to have fun with family and friends.
Exactly. And then, of course, with the bags, like we mentioned, the NFL and Major League Baseball. So, of course, the Reds, the Indians, all kinds of great stuff.
Yep. Yeah, those are all on there for sale for people to buy. And I know a lot of people prefer to have the team bags. We also just have the solid colors if you prefer. And then we have both choices, whether you would prefer to have the corn fill or an all-weather fill. Real quick, the difference between the two, the main difference is with the corn, if you leave them outside, especially in Ohio, squirrels and stuff like that tend to rip them open to eat the corn out of it. Also with the corn, if you leave them outside, they can get wet, and it makes them a little bit mildewy and stuff like that. So we definitely recommend that you bring your cornhole bags in, especially if corn filled. And then on the all-weather side, you don't have that issue because they don't mold, and squirrels and stuff like that don't rip them open.
Excellent. So in other words, there's a safety element, a health concern there. But like you said, as long as you're bringing in the corn ones, it's not going to be a factor. And then, of course, are there any weight differences or any feel differences between the two?
No, the weight, the same. Is we want it to be 16 ounces per bag. Now, there's a bit of a fluctuation in there of a couple of ounces just because you can't have it exact every single time. But we like the weights are the same on them, and then the feel and the play of them is, very, very, very similar.
Excellent. So, say if there were a championship down the road, do you feel that the player would have the choice of the bag, or that it would be, either the corn because of the history of it, or the other option? Which way?
We would probably move to all weather, simply because the consistency is much easier to control with all weather than it would be corn.
Makes sense. That way there's like you said, consistency is huge. I mean, if you're trying to gauge athletic prowess, you don't want to give one team an unfair advantage. You don't want to have deflated footballs or something like that. That wouldn't be fair.
Exactly.
So with social media and the web, where can people find out about the American Cornhole Association?
Yeah, they can go to playcornhole.org. That's our website, and we're constantly updating it. And like I said, with the app coming out and some other things, they can also find the Double Chuck, the mini cornhole game. They can just log right on there and follow the updates.
Excellent. Sounds remarkable, Trent. We're glad you came on the show today. Learned a lot about the American Cornhole Association. Like you said, I mean, you've got so many new things coming out, big changes with, like you said, the Double Chuck. You got the app coming up, and then hopefully a world champion from the American Cornhole Association.
That is the goal. We think that a lot of exciting things are coming out, and we are really excited about it, and we look forward to bring a lot of neat things to the cornhole community.
Sounds great. Thank you, Trent. I appreciate you joining us today on the Grueling Truth Radio Network.
Thank you so much. I thank you for your time.